Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction or read-through for Omniscient Reader or Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint chapters 254 onward. Now the original plan for me was to do 254, 255, and 256, but I'm also going to be recording the Kubera Season 2 finale right after this, so if two of these are a little on the longer side, I might stop at 2, but the plan is to do 3. Like, if two of them, occasionally, we might get thrown like super long chapters and it's like a 20-minute chapter. If we get like two 20-minute chapters, it's been like 40 minutes just reading this, then maybe I won't do the third, but the plan is for 3. I mean, it's not like I'm in a rush. We are, if I do 3, only going to be 12 chapters behind. I'm excited to see where we continue on. I've mentioned it before, but I've just really loved Omniscient Reader lately. Not that I haven't always enjoyed it, but it just keeps getting better and better, so I'm excited to see where things go from here. Let's start reading with 254. I don't think there's actually anything else to say before starting, so let's just start reading. And we have, if the first edit narrates what's to come, whatever I do now might bring about a second edit. It's possible that the first edit is the finalized future, but then why would the author bother sending it to me? This must mean that the author's giving me a chance with this edit. And I love the phone. This is basically a warning that at this rate, the third round will be a failure, and that in his fourth round, Jungkook will once again regress. I guess this means I need to read the whole thing. Ouch, that hurts. And he lays back. Darn it. Darn it, Jungkook. I went through all that, and you're still the same. Huh, look at that. It did change a bit. Yeah, this part was super interesting. I liked this section. Geez, there's so much exposition. He's smiling. He's doing way better than I thought. He springs up. His speech seems more proper than before. Maybe he's gotten a hidden scenario here, Yu Jungkook thought to himself. Did the author improve? It seems like Jungkook is also making fewer mistakes. I got his help here too. Then again, I'd have managed to survive on my own somehow. Then, what's going to happen next? In the next round, in his fourth round, Jungkook. Have I reached the true ending of this world? Huh? You seem fine. Eileen said you were dying. So, instead of regressing like well over 100 times, is the version in the first edit, is he just going to make it to an ending in like without regressing because he's learned to value his life more? Or is this supposed to like be a bit of a red herring and it's freaking Dokja out because he reaches a bad ending and he's like, I guess this is the true ending, is the bad ending. So, we have Ha-young and Han Myung-go entering. Jungkook, how are you feeling? Oh, is that a smartphone? No, go away. Jeez. The bluntness. So, why did you want to see us? Have you been trying to contact the constellations I told you about? Oh, them. They didn't seem very interested. Really? They're all busy with their own stuff. Most of them hardly ever reply. I guess it was too soon after all. Fine, you can go. What the heck? Why did you ask me to come here? You really are odd sometimes. Well, I've known that since we worked together, but never mind that. You know why I called you here, don't you? Actually, I haven't gotten into contact with him yet, but the connection between you should be restored by now. It's been restored, but there's been no response from the Demon King. Not long ago, I severed the connection between Myung-go and the Demon King Asmodeus, using the power of the 4-yin Demon Decapitator. But that was only temporary. I thought Asmodeus would have tried to make contact by now. Do you have any idea why there's no reply? Well, he may not trust me any longer. Or... And then we have a probability storm. The connection's back. Huh? What is it? Something feels wrong. What happened? He's here himself. What? The Demon King is here. And we have an appearance. And I wonder if this is going to be an actual body or if it's just going to be, an incarnation possession. So he's nearby. He seems to have already found you. He found me. I don't sense the Demon King at all, though. Wait, does that mean... Shoot. What are you doing? Mr. Han? Which way is the Gilabot Industrial Complex? He found the other him, the Jungkook pretending to be him. And now we have... I love when they do this with the title splashes. On the reflections in the water, too. It's gorgeous. Kim Dokja. Hooray for Kim Dokja, the liberator of the industrial complex. I didn't plan to go this far. Duke Gilabot. It was much too early to open the first stage of transcendence. Okay, I'd purposefully hidden that power from the constellations. So we had to use that to defeat Gilabot. Honestly, Gilabot looks cooler than Siswitz. She doesn't seem to care about it, though. I love plush Uriel. I love her so much. The constellation Demonic Judge of Fire is pleased with your achievement. The constellation Demonic Judge of Fire is touched by your camaraderie. Dukes give a lot of coins. That's the only reason I killed him, being tsundere. The constellation Demonic Judge of Fire giggles. I'm Yu Jung-kyuk. I'm the real Yu Jung-kyuk. And he's looking at all the people from the revolution over at Siswitz. No, it's me. Dokja's in there. I'm Yu Jung-kyuk, yay! The constellation Demonic Judge of Fire faintly blushes. Constellation Demonic Judge of Fire urges you to hurry to see Kim Dokja. It's enough that I've confirmed he's alive. The constellation Demonic Judge of Fire is surprised. The constellation Demonic Judge of Fire says your personal scenario isn't finished yet. The constellation Demonic Judge of Fire reminds you that your personal scenario says that you must meet with Dokja and catch up like true comrades. You think I'd actually accept a personal scenario like that? The constellation Demonic Judge of Fire is deeply shocked. Anyway, are you okay? The constellation Demonic Judge of Fire raises her head glumly. I've become a duke in the demon realm, but you're an archangel. I'm asking whether us going around together would cause any problems. The constellation Demonic Judge of Fire is flustered. The constellation Demonic Judge of Fire says she didn't think that far. And then, oh man, she is so cute. I love her so much. Is this going to be people suffering from the presence of Asmodeus? Everyone's coughing up blood. The constellation Demonic Judge of Fire says to look out. And he's getting just blitz rushed. Okay. Are they going to be cute? Run, save yourself. Or is this possibly going to be Myungo's daughter being possessed as like a body that Asmodeus can move around in without worrying about probability as much? Run, save yourself. I can't protect your symbolic incarnation. The constellation Demonic Judge of Fire says she can't do that. The constellation Demonic Judge of Fire. I was killed by him once before. So, this is where you were. And we have one of the constellation text boxes. Okay, so Jungkook was killed by Asmodeus before. Demon King of Salvation. And we get this really cool panel. Alright. Chapter 42, Asmodeus Part 2. I'm holding off on saying anything about the design because I think having an androgynous look for Asmodeus works because, it's supposed to be, the king of lust or whatever. So having someone that it's like, no matter like which gender you're attracted to, you could potentially find them attractive. Like in any story that has Asmodeus, I think that just thematically works. But I'm holding off on necessarily saying that that's the case with this design because like I mentioned, it could be Myungo's daughter, and Myungo basically gave birth to the daughter in order for Asmodeus to have a, body to run around in without having to worry about probability as much. I think that that is something that could maybe be a thing. Okay, so either way though, we do get to read more. This was an amazing chapter. The stuff with Dokja is very interesting. I really liked seeing him enjoying the story and everything, getting to read again, but this new version of it. We got some hints there with what could potentially be a future that happens. I mean, maybe, he's like, this was a warning. The first edit was a warning that Asmodeus could kill Jungkook right here, and that's how Jungkook would end up in the 4th round. So all of that is good. And then we get Jungkook, who I've said before is my favorite character, and he just has so much competition because I love Soo-young. I love Bi-young, that we haven't been seeing as much of Bi-young recently. Dokja's amazing. Dokja just gives him a run for his money. I like a lot of the new characters a lot too. Myungo's grown on me a lot, even though he's not really new. I like Hayoung a lot. I like Eileen a lot. But then there's Uriel. Uriel has been such a contender for my favorite character. Uriel is so fun, so cute. I love Uriel so much. But either way, I want to go read the next chapter, so let's go see what we get. 255 starts with our title splash, Asmodeus Part 3. Even at full speed, it takes 2 days to get to the Gilbot Industrial Complex from here. It might be a different story if you had help from a Transcendental, but shoot, I've got to get there within an hour. I wonder, Transcendental is just a word they use so much in so many Webtoons translations, from Kubera to Tower of God. So again, I'm wondering if that's just a weird translation this week, or if that's specifically denoting something. Shoot, I've got to get there within an hour to at least recover some remaining pieces of Jungkook's body. Jeez. What's going on that's got you acting this way? You can't wander around yet. Someone's going to die if I don't go. At this rate, you'll be the one to die. The guy who's going to be the owner of this industrial complex might die. Constellation Prisoner of the Golden Headband asks what in the world you're talking about. The Constellation who likes to change sexes is listening in. I'm wondering who that is. Can you help me, Prisoner of the Golden Headband? Because that's the first time I think we've gotten that one. Unless this is Asmodeus, and Asmodeus is listening in as he's also doing whatever over with Jungkook. Can you help me, Prisoner of the Golden Headband? If it's all right, I'd like to borrow your Nimbus Cloud. And what's with that other constellation? Constellation Prisoner of the... I mean, I guess we would know that that's not the modifier for, Demon King of Lust would be Asmodeus. Or like whatever it was that we had before. Then Constellation Prisoner of the Golden Headband asks why you need the Nimbus Cloud. I impersonated Yu Jungkook, and that caused an error in the scenario, which has led to a bigger problem. I can't believe he's talking directly to a constellation. Constellation Prisoner of the Golden Headband is annoyed. Constellation Prisoner of the Golden Headband hates complicated situations. Jungkook is going to die because of me. Now that I've said that, he'll have no choice but to help me. Constellation Prisoner of the Golden Headband pulls out a handful of hair from the stress. Wait a second. Constellation Prisoner of the Golden Headband leaves to find a comb. Hey! A hand. He's left. Constellation who likes to change sexes is enjoying this situation. You've received 100 coins, the tiny super chat. I don't think I fully understand, but you're saying the new owner of this industrial complex is in danger, right? Yeah. But why? Because he's going to be facing a Demon King. And it's not just any Demon King, it's the Asmodeus. In the novel, Asmodeus was one of Jungkook's greatest foes. As he passed to each new round, Jungkook already died by Asmodeus' hand in his last round. So, right. So if Jungkook was thinking that, it's not that he dies sometime in the novel. Jungkook was literally thinking in the 2 rounds that he's had so far, one of those, I guess he's only died twice, one of those 2 deaths was already to Asmodeus. Okay, Jungkook already died by Asmodeus' hand in his last round. Drat. What could you even do if you got there in that state? I don't know, but I have to try. Wow, I didn't think you could be so passionate about things. Back at the company. That's because this is different. From back when working myself to death might not even guarantee my becoming a full-time employee. Then, what's he doing now? Shh, keep it quiet. He's doing what he does best. Is there any useful information? There were many things Jungkook thought were responsible for his failure in the third round, but there was one factor that stood above all others. What is it? Hurry up and think, you bastard! Back then, there were many things Jungkook thought were responsible for his failure in the third round, but there was one factor that stood above the others. Back then, we shouldn't have made an enemy of Asmodeus. And the ground is trembling beneath Asmodeus. His change hasn't tasted a bit. His taste hasn't changed a bit. Item Hermit's Cloak, owner of the 32nd Demon Realm. The god of wrath and lust, Asmodeus. Oh, you needn't be so nervous. I just came here to speak with you. It's intriguing. When I last met you through my underling, you were in the Siswitz Industrial Complex. Not only did you come to Gilabad in that short time, you also took over the position of Duke. You truly are amazing, Demon King of Salvation. Demon King of Salvation? Did he come here for that bastard Dokja? His incarnation's incomplete. Do I have any chance of winning? No, there's no way. He may be an incarnation, but this is still the Demon Realm after all. So again, just confirming that it isn't the real body of Asmodeus or anything. It's an incarnation he's using. Whether that incarnation is Myungo's daughter or not, I don't know, but it's, an incarnation that he's using. Should I run away? I doubt I could. There's no way I could shake off a Demon King who's decided to manifest with a physical incarnation. There's only one method I can depend on now. But I've got to buy time until he wastes all his probability. That's right. I'm the Demon King of Salvation. Who are you? Huh? That's strange. Were you always that handsome? I don't think your face looked like that last time I saw you. You said you came to speak to me, so get to the point. Huh, all right. But before we talk, there's something that's bothering me, and we see the cloak over Uriel. And then the cloak burns away to reveal Uriel. And she falls to the ground, just as I thought. What is the symbolic incarnation of an archangel doing here? No, don't hurt! Uriel, don't hurt the best character. I don't know. Even if I do this. And then more damage to Uriel. There's only one angel who'd have such a trifling symbolic incarnation. Right, Archangel Uriel? Constellation Demonic Judge of Fire glares at Asmodeus. Where's your brother, Raphael? Or is your brother Raphael well? Tell him that I haven't forgotten the debt I owe him. Of course, that's only if you return safely. Constellation Demonic Judge of Fire screams in anger. That's enough. And Jungkook is doing it. He's making an enemy of Asmodeus. That energy. If I lose Uriel's symbolic incarnation now, I might get lost in the scenario. I can't have that happen. You're strong. But... Then she moves in. How dare a mere mortal imitate a star? And then, again, I feel like Asmodeus is putting it together, of course, that Jungkook isn't Dokja, because the Jungkook that Asmodeus spoke to before knew things that Jungkook clearly doesn't know. Also, there's the superficial, oh, you look attractive and you didn't look this hot before. But aside from that, it's mainly realizing that from the things that Jungkook is saying, like there was that moment earlier where Jungkook is, revealing that he doesn't know the things that Dokja knew from before. When Dokja was talking with Myungo and everything. He goes for an attack. Not the smartest moves. There's a massive crash. I knew it. You aren't the Demon King of Salvation after all. And Asmodeus catches the blade. Isn't that right? Because if I'd known you had such a pretty face, and the sword is breaking... one of Jungkook's swords is destroyed. Again, I don't remember visually which, like, I think we've seen him with two swords, right? I don't remember visually which is which, so this might be huge because it's a really important item being destroyed, but I just don't remember which sword is which just from looks. I wouldn't have left you be in the first place. And then it ends. This arc has been so killer so far. I mean, if we're still counting it as part of just the Demon Realm arc overarching, insanely good. Absolutely incredible. But just these two chapters, just the Asmodeus segment, these have been incredibly good chapters. But either way, these didn't take crazy long to read, so I'm going to read one more. Let's go to 256. We continue with a little recap. I wouldn't have left you be in the first place. You're afraid of me. What an adorable child. But when you're that disobedient, it makes me not want to speak with you anymore. I want to stomp on you. I love the effects with all the purple that have been around the whole time, but now with the shadow. Then the broken blade comes in towards Asmodeus' face. Oh? And he's intercepted with a kick. Going in with Purple Hand. And then Purple Hand sends purple aura through his chest. And he falls to his knees. I don't believe it. How can a mere human contain such sublime despair? So, I wonder then if what's going to save Jungkook this time is Asmodeus is curious about what's going on with Jungkook and Dokja. So Asmodeus chooses to let Jungkook live, potentially. You bastard. Persephone claimed that Kim Dokja's stories were the best. Well, let's see. And it's so weird and stuff, having like the, like, I guess it would be Christian mythological beings interacting with these, like Greek mythological beings, Greek/Roman, because the Greek and Roman ones are mostly generally the same, so I feel like this is kind of treating them as the same, since Pluto is just like the Roman name for Hades, and here we have Hades as a character, but the machine was called Pluto, so again, I think we're just going with the Greek names for the idea of them. Then we have that almost looked like we were going into a flashback. Maybe we are. I'm sorry, Dokja, he thinks to himself. No, it's not a flashback. I think this is the end of the road for me. I like this moment. This is a really raw character moment for him, where he's saying sorry to Dokja, which is really implying that he was planning to try to stay alive as long as possible and try to get to the end with Dokja. And now he thinks that, you know, he's failing at that and he's going to have to go back. And again, if he goes back, he didn't meet Dokja the first two times, so I wonder if he would think, could he meet Dokja the next time, or is Dokja just the one round special here for the third round? And then we see, that's why. I wanted you to hurry up and think. Okay, we have Dokja speaking. And then some probability storm. Is he going to go first person main character POV? Is that what's happening? Or maybe either first person like character or main character POV, or he's doing the same thing where he's using his like power as a constellation to, you know, control Jungkook as an incarnation, but I feel like you can't really do that with just a random person. So even if you are a constellation, or maybe if you do, the probability storm is just absolutely insane and he's just taking a gamble on it. Constellation Demonic King of Salvation stares at the demon god of wrath and lust. Don't mess with my incarnation. Asmodeus. Personal skill Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint Stage 3 has been activated. And we see the damage is being done to Dokja's current incarnation. And we have our title splash here, Asmodeus Part 4. What was he thinking? Bring all my story packs, hurry. This is the only way right now. I didn't want to do this. But let me be dead for just 1 hour. Oh, and of course you can't really let me die. So he's... we had before meeting Dokja, Jungkook is like, you know what, minor inconvenience, I guess I'll die. And now, after meeting Jungkook, Dokja's like, I need to solve a problem, I guess I'll die. You have to toe the edge. If I die this time, I'll really have to go see that darn Kim Nam-woon. So I'll put my fate in your hands. Got it? Asmodeus. Don't. So just like when he died the very first time and went into Jungkook's body, he's doing it again. Touch my incarnation. Unless, because you would assume Dokja isn't the supporting constellation for Jungkook, yeah? We're not pulling some crazy time stuff with that? Now they face off. Demon King of Salvation. That's right. I am the Demon King of Salvation. So that man really is your incarnation. I never heard you had an incarnation like that. Looks like word gets around slowly. But this guy's my incarnation. If he's saying that, will that upset Jungkook's actual supporting constellation? If Dokja isn't it? He definitely said he came here to have a conversation with me, so he at least won't hurt my incarnation for no reason. Asmodeus? He's an aesthete who lost his senses. He's a gourmand. He has a slight affinity with the underworld of Olympus. He has a warped kind of sexual desire. Darn, I can't think of any useful information on him. My top priority right now is to do whatever it takes to save Jungkook and end this confrontation peacefully. Huh? What's that? We have... Uriel is the best. I feel so bad for her poor arm. Uriel might, like, next time I do a character ranking or anything, Uriel might be number 1. He picks her up. Constellation Demonic Judge of Fire is so touched she has a nosebleed. Wait a second. Is this doll actually? Constellation Demonic Judge of Fire nuzzles against your cheek. Uriel? Why the hell is Uriel here? Seeing as you're not really intimidated by my class, it seems the rumors are true. They say you became fabled even before your 20th scenario, but I didn't expect that to be accurate. You never know. I might even exceed the rumors. I guess the gossip about you being a big talker is true too. You're just my style. But I heard that you died, thanks to the constellation's trick. I got lucky. I like it when people have a lot of secrets. I hate people who try to worm secrets out of me. So, that guy is the new incarnation you're inhabiting. I heard that you like them a bit younger, and then I mean, technically, the only one he has so far, that is a bit true. What are you talking about? Asmodeus smiles. It's just, I went to all this trouble for nothing, if that's not the case. And is that why Asmodeus chose to come in that form? Dokja not beating the Lolicon accusations? And we end there. Okay, that's a pretty fun place to end. Because I think I mentioned it before, like in the really, 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 really early days of their relationship, that it did feel like there was kind of this like childhood crush that Yusung was having on Dokja with some of the early scenes between the two of them. And some of the rivalry between Gil Young and Yusung in the early days. So I think it's funny that because of that, and because of Yusung being his only incarnation so far, that Asmodeus is like, oh, I came in this form because, I just kind of thought. Okay, I think that is really funny. Okay, that was a really insanely good set of 3 chapters, though. Oh my god, Uriel was so amazing here. I kind of want to get more into, like, the angels and demons and stuff. Like, if we do have, like, the 7 archangels and 7 princes of hell, if that's a thing that ORV is doing with this. I would love to see more of them as characters. I don't know if we will, though, since we've kind of just focused on Uriel. Uriel's been here straight from the beginning, and Asmodeus is really important. There's the connection that's been there for a while with Myung-go, and now learning that Asmodeus is, like, one of the biggest threats in TWSA. So, again, all of this stuff has been, like, really set up well far in the past. I love everything that's been done here. These 3 chapters were just so good. Uriel, like I said, might be my favorite character. We get more Jungkook and Dokja stuff, which is always Jungkook and Dokja stuff is always some of the best in my opinion. They're 2 of my favorite characters. Last time I did a character ranking, Jungkook was my favorite. It's going to be so tough to decide because I still love Jungkook so much, but Dokja as well is a character that I just love so much, and we've spent so much time with him as compared to the other characters recently. Not that we don't always heavy focus on Dokja as a main character in this series, but we've just spent so much time with him almost alone a lot of the time recently that he's just had a lot of attention. Plus, Uriel's just the best. It's best. It would be hard to say that Uriel isn't my favorite character. I like her more than Dokja and Jungkook in a lot of ways. They are kind of my top 3 right now. And I feel bad because I would love to put Hwewon in the top 5. And of course I like Sang-ah, I like Hyunsung. But Hwewon to me would be much closer to top 5 than them. And then there's Bi-young and Soo-young. And at any given point, I also really like Yoosung a lot. So Yoosung could easily be one of my favorites, really. But then, like, I feel like if we have an arc where we just have a good little bit of amount to focus on Bi-young could shoot up to the top. I love Bi-young so much. And the same goes with Soo-young. Any arc where we spend a bit of time more with Soo-young could jump up to the top. So, either way, I think I'll end things here. I am going to go read the Kubera finale now and do that. Thank you so much for supporting. Now we're only 12 chapters behind. I'm so excited. I guess, like I mentioned, at some point maybe I should start slowing down and doing like 2 chapters a video. But either way, eventually, soon enough, we'll be caught up and we'll just be waiting for the new chapter together when it comes to the webtoon. Either way, though, thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of these chapters, my first thoughts and reaction. Subscribe for more ORV, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you want to help support the channel by dropping a super thanks or by sharing the video around, that's so appreciated. Thank you so much. And if you want to help support the channel to help me to keep making videos, while also getting your name at the end of videos and getting One Piece bingo a bit early, then you can hit join down below to become a member, or go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you so much to members and patrons. Thank you to chosen regulars, Evan Hawley and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls, J.A. and The D-Ban, Cheverton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Elements, Pater Dial, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.